What's up, boys? Here with the week 3 video review. I'm not too happy to have to do this video this week after I took a loss this week to one of the worst teams in the league, in my opinion. But shit happens. A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. It's part of fantasy. So hopefully my team can bounce back. I don't know. Russell Wilson really pissing me off. I already stated that in the chat. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but it's definitely very frustrating for me. But I will jump into everything here and get you guys the video and get power rankings set. So here we go. My matchup versus Josh. I lost this one 124 to 104. Had like the slimmest of chance going into Monday night, and obviously it was very slim given the outcome. Looking at Josh's team, Joe Burrow finally had a good game for him with 23. Derrick Henry finally had a good game for him with 23. CEH found the end zone. Not much else. Had 12. CeeDee Lamb had a nice game last night for my boys. Got 19. Metcalf had a nice touchdown catch. 15. 10 points out of Dallas defense that played well. Not much else going on this team there. Aguilar got him 3. Jahan Dotson with 2. Everybody else played pretty decent, I'd say. Looking at my team, obviously Russell Wilson sucks. He got me 9 points. If he gets maybe like 20, I don't lose so bad. I still lose, and of course, maybe if he throws a touchdown to Sutton, then I win. You never know. A little frustrating there. McCaffrey's just on a tough team. He's getting yardage. He just can't get in the end zone. But the Panthers finally did get the win. He had 13. Nick Chubb, best running back in the league, fantasy-wise. I'm a big fan of Chubb. He got me 17 here. Bateman only got me 5. And I swear that was all on the last drive of the game, it seemed like. Drake London did well with 13. Cortland Sutton had 14. Kicker got me 10. Bench, everybody on the bench was horrible, so it's not like I made any poor coaching decisions, but it is what it is. Everybody else kind of did all right. Moving on, we have Derek versus Dakota. Derek won this one 120 to 107. We'll look at Dakota's team here. He obviously lost Trey Lance the prior week, so he had to scrounge the waiver wire to pick somebody up. He went with Marcus Mariota, who, for Mariota and, picking somebody up off of waivers, had, basically 15 and a half, 16 points. Not too bad in my opinion. I don't know what else you would expect off a waiver wire quarterback, but I think that's pretty decent. Saquon got him 21. Chase Edmonds got 2 touchdowns, didn't do much else, but did have 15. Jamar Chase found the end zone, but that was about it because he only got 10. St. Brown with 10. Kyle Pitts finally had an okay game with 11. He got 10 out of his defense. Not much else going on there. Did have Madison on the bench, who had 11. Obviously, he will probably be able to play Madison at least a little bit moving forward because Dalvin Cook dislocated his shoulder, and it's the one I think he's had issues with in the past. So I imagine he's going to be out for at least a game or two. He'll probably wear a harness on it like he did previously, I believe, but we'll see what happens. Looking over here at Derek's team, had a huge game out of Lamar Jackson, who has been dominating this year with 39 points. Obviously, Derek had Dalvin Cook, who was hurt, finished with 14. DeAndre Swift, who is also hurt, with 6. Terry McLaurin got him 13. Amari Cooper had a nice day with 20. Goddard got in the end zone, got him 10. He has David Montgomery, who also got hurt. So I think it was mentioned in the chat that his whole fucking team is in the emergency room pretty much. So he does have Jeff Wilson on the bench. We'll be able to throw him in there. He's probably going to have to make if all those guys are out, he's probably going to have to make some trades or waiver wire pickups just to fill his second running back spot because he only has one on the bench. But we'll see what he does here, but he did get the win and puts him at 2-1 on the season. Next matchup, we have two of probably the lower scoring teams of the week. We have Garrett versus Ray. This was 92 to 56. I'm not sure how you score 56 points in our fantasy league. I didn't know that was really possible, so I'm glad somebody showed me it was possible. I mean, I'm sure somebody will dig in the record books to find out it wasn't the lowest score ever. I think we went through it last year, the year before, where we dug through and presented all that information, and there's a good chance Garrett has it saved somewhere. But 56 is pretty low. When you look at his team, it's all single digits for the most part. Mahomes got him 17. You obviously expect better out of Mahomes, especially when they're playing an 0-2 Colts team who doesn't have their best defender, Shaq Leonard. Aaron Jones had a fumble, 4 points. Damon Harris found the end zone, got him 12. And then it's 3 out of Justin Jefferson, 3 out of Darnell Mooney. 9 out of Garrett Wilson's not too bad. You can't expect him to have big games like he did all the previous weeks. He got -1 out of his defense. J.K. Dobbins came back, got him 5. On his bench, he had Russell Gage, who had 19. And it's funny because I tried to tell him to play Russell Gage over Mooney, or at least take the gamble because Keenan Allen was kind of iffy, but it wouldn't have mattered in the long run, given how atrocious his team played and how much he lost by. Looking over here at Garrett's team, he's got Kyler Murray, who had 314 yards and no touchdowns. A little crazy, 13 points there. Eckler continues to struggle compared to where he was drafted, only 9 points. Fournette promised everybody he was going to get in the end zone and didn't. That fucker. Played him all over DraftKings. It is what it is. Got the 10 points there. DJ Moore continues to struggle. 1 for 2. Like, Jesus. He must have had a run or something in there. Mike Williams had 1 catch, but it was for a touchdown, so he got 8. Olave played amazing. 19 points. Obviously, he benefited. Jarvis Landry, I think, was a little injured in that game. But he looked to be a pretty favorite target for Winston in that game. Obviously, us here in the Charlotte area only got that fucking game at 1 o'clock, so didn't have a choice to watch it. Darren Waller continues to be up and down. I mean, really, at tight end, it's like if you don't have Kelsey or Andrews, it's like it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, it's just a gamble every week. Like, obviously, you have Pitts and Waller and Kittle who, have bigger names, but these guys shit the bed just like anybody else. Like, if it's not Andrews or Kelsey, it's just like, just play the same guy every week because at least 3-4 times a year they're going to do good, and you better just keep them in the lineup so you get it when it happens. Rashard Penny got him 7, nothing going on there. Kicker got him 14, nice job there. Nothing going on the bench. Next up, we got Jason F. versus Garrett number 2. Jason won this one 126-102. Looking at Jason's team, led by Josh Allen, 27 points. James Robinson continues to be a very good later pick. Let me see he's pick 110. So he's picked, that's probably in our draft like 8th or 9th round, somewhere in that range. Obviously, given very good value there. Everybody was so high on ETN, and obviously it has a lot to do with a lot of people in our league are Clemson fans and from that area, so it's somewhat understandable. He's highly talked about in the industry and in the preseason, and I didn't buy it. I don't have shares of him anywhere, and I don't have shares of James Robinson either, but definitely looks like Robinson's the better guy there. Debo got him 10. Jalen Waddle got him 13. Devin Singletary in the lineup got him 20. Bengals defense with 15. Had Tyler Boyd on the bench who had 19 there, so could have got a little bit more there. Looking over here at Garrett number 2's team, Herbert struggled a little bit against Jacksonville, which is the fucking NFL is nuts. I mean, I guess it's not too crazy. Miami beat Buffalo, but for Jacksonville to not only beat the Chargers, but to beat the shit out of them, the Colts to beat the Chiefs. I mean, I'm sure there's a few other games I'm not even thinking about, but just the NFL is fucking wild. Like, I mean, it's fucking awesome, but it's also like insane. Fucking Breece Hall got him 12. Stevenson with 18. Cooper Kupp kind of held in check, but did have a rushing touchdown with 14. Thielen found the end zone. Uh, Ayuk found the end zone. Nothing else going on there. He did have Devontae Parker on the bench. Had a nice game with 18, but nothing else to talk about there. Did have Cam Akers on the bench who had 10. It looks like Cam Akers is kind of starting to take over that lead role. So we'll see how that pans out. Next up, we got Michael versus Dalton. Michael won this one 138-96. I haven't made the power rankings yet, but I'm pretty sure Michael's going to be number one since he's 3-0 and seems to be doing very well. He was led by Jalen Hurts, who's been playing amazing this year at 28. A.J. Brown had 17. Deontay Johnson had 12. Alan Lazard found the end zone, so he got him 13. Kelsey got him 16. Cordell Patterson got him 22. Another guy who was probably picked, I'm assuming pretty late, 81st, so probably like 7th round. But it's been playing pretty solid. Broncos defense got him 17. Did have Jamal Williams on the bench who had 24. Obviously, if Swift's going to miss time, Jamal Williams is going to be a nice asset, and he could probably use it considering outside of Patterson, his running backs totaled like the other two guys had total of like 10 points between Mixon and Sanders. So looking at Dalton's team, I'm pretty happy that the champ is 0-3. It's nice to see. So we hopefully will have a new champ, but you never know. I'm sure he's working hard to make a trade. Me and him went back and forth a little bit today. I'm not sure we're going to be able to come to an agreement, but I'm sure somebody will come to an agreement with him. He does have some big name guys and some guys that are pretty solid. Looking at his team, Tom Brady got him 15. Elliott found the end zone, got him 14. Devontae Adams found the end zone. I believe I heard some stat that Adams and Carr have scored like touchdowns in like the past like double-digit amount of games they've played together, dating back to college. So Adams always seems to find the end zone, but doesn't always have a great game because he only had 12. Diggs was kind of held in check a little bit. He's up against Howard for the Dolphins, who's a pretty solid corner, only had 11. Melvin Gordon found the end zone, got him 14. Hawkinson found the end zone, got him 9. It's just not much else going on there. Last matchup we have Kenny versus Jason C. Jason C won this one 113-107, so a close game there. Looking at Kenny's team, Stafford got him 10. Jonathan Taylor, the number one pick, has just not played amazing this year. I mean, obviously, like if you guys follow things closely enough, like none of the running backs are really killing it this year. Especially all the guys that are picked, like, in the beginning of the drafts. Like, obviously, Chubb's doing very well, but outside of that, I mean, Swift was doing well till this week. But Taylor, McCaffrey, Eckler, Harris, Aaron Jones, like Kamara, all these guys are just not putting up the numbers that you would expect from guys that you're spending first-round picks on. Now, if you look back, if everybody's to redraft, like, it would just be all fucking receivers. Or you would just, spend an earlier pick on Andrews or Kelsey, or just fucking dive in on some of the top quarterbacks because it seems like it's, if you have Jackson or Allen, like or Hurts, like it looks like it's making a pretty significant difference, at least so far. Gibson got him 11. Kirk got him 16. Mark Andrews had 2 touchdowns, had 25. Damon Pierce got him 17. He did have Trevor Lawrence on the bench who had 25. Khalil Herbert on the bench who had 30. So obviously he's going to be throwing Herbert in there because Montgomery's probably going to miss some time. Obviously there's been a lot of talk that Herbert is better for the Bears. The type of scheme they run, the type of plays they call are just better suited for his play style. So I wonder a little bit if he gets in there and dominates, if he takes over that job, and even when Montgomery gets healthy. So we'll see how that goes. Didn't have good production out of his other 2 receivers. We look over here at Jason C. He was led by Derek Carr at 20, which is, for Carr, probably a decent game. Najee Harris got him 12. T. Higgins had a nice game, just couldn't find the end zone at 12. Marquise Brown had his first nice game of the season, I believe, with 21. 14 catches is really solid. Devontae Smith had a big day with 27. the fucking Chargers defense almost cost them because they got them -6. That's it's pretty bad, and you don't expect that versus Jacksonville. But they are likely going to be without Joey Bosa for a while. It looked like he had a pretty serious groin injury, so we'll see how long that keeps him out. Nothing else really going on the bench here. I did have Josh Jacobs with 12. Marvin Jones got him 11. But that covers everything. Obviously, we have waivers processed tomorrow. I believe there are some reasonable guys out there to pick up, so we'll see who gets who and if anybody blows a wad out there. Obviously, some of the big guys, running back wise, that are going to take over with injuries are already on people's benches, so nothing to, in my opinion, to go nuts about. But to each his own. I mean, everybody's got their own ideas. So best of luck to everybody, and good luck, and I will see you next week.